first stop today on my urban jungle scavenging tour is the city wood chip pile. And the city removes trees. They dump all the chips here, and they are available to the public for free. If you don't have this in your area, you can always call a tree removal service, and they will likely be more than happy to give you their wood chips. There it is in all its glory. Mount Chipmore. Alright, I'm going to go load up. I'll be using these wood chips on my garden paths. You can also use wood chips in your compost pile. If you're concerned about the fact that they break down slowly, you might want to think about starting a slow compost pile in addition to your regular compost pile. In the slow pile, you can use wood chips as your carbon source. And even though they'll break down more slowly, you'll still have more compost in the end with two piles. You can also use wood chips as mulch on your garden beds. However, I prefer to use it only on perennials. I don't want to use it on annual garden beds in the event that I may need to broadcast seeds on that bed, and I don't want a layer of wood chips in the way. A quick word on finding free gardening resources in your area. Depending on where you live, different resources will be at your disposal. Here where I live, I use things like coffee grounds, wood chips, autumn leaves, grass clippings, and other yard waste. These are resources that are readily available in my area. However, if you live in an area where the closest coffee shop is half an hour away, but there's a farm 5 minutes away, or you live on a farm, you'll want to use things like straw and manures and other free resources that are available in that environment. I'm done loading up the wood chips. Got 2 of these huge garbage bags full. Got 4 of these buckets full. That's probably going to be about half of what I need, so I'll have to make another trip sometime. Okay, I'm back in the garden, and I'm spreading the wood chips on the paths. I'm going to apply a fairly thick layer to the entire garden. Turns out today I had enough for about a third to a half of the yard, somewhere in between there. So I'll have to make a couple more trips to the wood chip pile to finish the job. Over the years, I've added hundreds and hundreds of pounds of wood chips to my backyard. When we first bought the house, the yard wasn't graded properly, and the low point of the yard was right in the middle. So anytime it would rain, the yard would flood. So over the years, I've added wood chips, and especially in that low area, and I've brought the lower area up so that the yard is graded better. And there's still room for improvement, and I'm continuing to add wood chips to build up the yard to the proper grade. And once all these wood chips break down, it will break down into a very humus-rich soil, which is great for a garden. Okay, it's time to hit the road. I'm going to pick up another one of my favorite free gardening resources, coffee grounds. I've talked about them a little bit today, and I've talked about them in a prior video. They're a great source of nitrogen, and I use them frequently. I'm now on the second leg of my scavenger hunt, looking for free gardening resources. This time I'm heading to Starbucks for some coffee grounds. I'm not super confident I'm going to find any, even though I did speak to them earlier. Most of the shops in my city are no longer automatically saving the grounds for gardeners like they used to, which is a bit discouraging. So far this summer I've had a hard time. Well, I'm going to park here and we're going to be back in a minute. Well, the good folks at Starbucks did come through with a bag of coffee grounds. A little underwhelming, though I do appreciate them collecting them for me. I would guess this is probably 10 pounds worth. I got about 20 pounds yesterday, and I'm about at 40 pounds for the year. Given this is one of my primary sources for nitrogen, I wish I was able to get more, but I'll take what I can get, and I appreciate them setting them aside. I'm back in the garden, and I'm applying the coffee grounds directly to the top of the mulch layer. This is my favorite use for coffee grounds. I also use them for composting. But this is my preferred approach, and the coffee grounds used in this manner will act as a slow-release source of nitrogen for your plants. You just need to be careful not to apply it too thickly, as it will form a kind of a crusty layer, and you don't want that to happen. So that's all for today. I hope this video inspired you to look for free gardening resources in your area. Please comment below to let me know what kind of free resources you use in your garden. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.